Hello and welcome to The Forum, the new official PlayStation Community English language podcast. I am SerumLake and I am joined by...
Well, you're joined by me, Bearskopff.
And by me, Yaster.
How are we doing, guys? I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, I'm doing okay, I think. Despite the tube. Yeah.
Yes, we should mention we are recording live in London, so you may hear some background noise of trains going by.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Not live as in as you're listening to this. You're listening to this pre-recorded from our HQ.
HQ. Sounds so fancy, sort of.
So what are we doing then? This is this? Oh my God, Sony Europe have got a podcast now, or is this just us testing something out, testing the waters, doing some sort of something that's a bit more community related?
Well,
what are we doing here?
Yeah, basically this is our community podcast. This is how I envision it anyway. It's going to be a semi-regular thing that we do, so long as it's approved and people like it. Of course.
They better like it.
They better.
Yeah, they better like it.
Yeah.
Be issuing ban hammers out. Won't they? But yeah, basically, it's to highlight some of the things that are going on in the PlayStation community.
And also for us, I guess, to chat about what we're doing as people, maybe?
That's right, yeah. So it's just basically giving our lovely PlayStation fans another way of interacting with us. So, I thought we'd start proceedings off by introducing ourselves, because some of you may have never even heard of us.
No, that's a damn good point, actually. I mean, I've only started recently.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so-
you guys are new still, I guess, really.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not so much you, Bear, but
Yeah.
you yourself, Serum, you're pretty new and stuff.
I
Right?
am, yes.
Maybe actually it might be fun to actually maybe start with us in order of experience, as in less experience going through, which just happens to be the order that we're sitting in, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's almost like we planned this.
Absolutely. We're forward thinkers. Absolutely.
So
Okay.
who are you then?
Well, I am SerumLake. I am the newest member of the Sony Computer Entertainment Europe community team. English-speaking
Yeah.
team.
Only
Yeah.
just.
Just about, yeah. As you can see, I have a great difficulty with the English language.
It's fine. It's a Sunday. We're allowed to slur on a Sunday.
But yeah, I've basically been put in charge of the RPG section of our forum.
It's not just that though. I mean, ever since you started, we've actually been doing a bit more video content, and
Yes.
there's this podcast which we probably wouldn't even have done unless you had sort of told us about it, told us to do it, or suggested that we do it. Because I've in this team we've always kind of had it at the back of our heads. You know, it might be great to do a podcast, because I mean I listen to them a lot of times. From it's way back as maybe about three and a half years ago. I've been thinking about doing one really, but we haven't really sort of made the push to do one, I guess, until this is the furthest we've ever got. We're actually sitting here in front of a laptop talking in front of a microphone. It's only just been recently that we've done that. So do you have much experience in videos and talking into microphones and stuff?
I do, although I'm not allowed to talk about it.
But whatever it is, this is actually a previous thing that you.
Yeah, basically I spent
Not that you're not
years-
doing anything on the side. This is what you are doing now.
Yeah,
but
basically, yeah. I have about, I spent about 3 years doing podcasts and about 2 years doing video stuff on the internet under my old position, which I'm not allowed to mention. So
because it's still a thing.
it still exists.
Still
yes.
exists, and people can go to it really. Not that it conflicts with anything that we would do or anybody that we would work with, but it's just a thing.
Yeah, we don't want to be seeming like Sony are going, hey, go visit these guys, they're great, because we're not allowed to do that.
So what are your favourite games?
My favourite games ever, or just PlayStation games?
No, I think we're okay to just talk about favourite games.
Dungeon Keeper. That's my favourite game
on the Atari
ever.
ST.
No, on the PC.
On the PC. Sod that.
Elitist.
Atari ST all the way. Eh? I'm not a fanboy, Atari ST fanboy or anything.
I actually used to have an Atari ST when I was a child. I loved it.
I had one when I was an early teenager.
What's an Atari? I'm still young.
Not that much younger than me.
I just like to rub it in.
So anyway, perhaps we should ask Mr. Bearskopff who he is.
Me, I am Bearskopff. I have been here in the chair for about 5 minutes, and it's Sony for about 2.5 months or so now. Not particularly long.
But you were a member of the community a lot longer.
But yes, I used to be an MVP, a most valuable PlayStationer. I think it is, isn't it?
At the moment, ever since its inception up until around about now, most valued PlayStationer. Yep, that's basically what it's like. But we just call you guys MVPs.
Good job too.
You guys are the
I'm not a
MVPs.
huge fan of the name, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was an MVP before, and I was doing all sorts of wonderful forum stuff when I had chance. So my name's fairly well known across the forum, thanks to a lot of activities and events I tried to conjure up.
But you're still doing these activities and events, and you're still conjuring up things.
They're bigger and brighter than ever before, sort of.
In living colour.
Yeah, Technicolor.
Yeah. Technically.
Yeah, it's a nice change of pace. I get to focus on all the fun stuff that I never had time to do because I had a different job before.
It was a job that kept you. I mean, I guess once again we can't talk about that either.
I cannot talk about my previous employment, no.
Brian. See when you come to my turn, I'm going to tell you like my entire job history because
he's got a CV ready.
Because it was nothing to do with games or anything really. But you actually had a pretty rough job, really. I think not rough, but
it was a busy job.
A busy job. Let's just say that.
Very time demanding. But
maybe you should all like write in the comments under whatever this is going to go on to see if you can guess what Bear used to do. Actually, I think a lot.
Good
of
luck.
know.
I think a few do actually. I think I might have accidentally slipped it on Twitter a few months ago. But it's okay. So I have no secrets.
So what are you into, game wise?
Game wise, well, my most favourite game of all time. I'm going to be so obvious as well. It's going to have to be Metal Gear Solid. I absolutely adore that game.
Yeah, I love the original one as well.
In case you haven't already checked out, listeners, Bear and I did a walkthrough of the beginning of Metal Gear Solid, the original Metal Gear Solid. You can find that on our YouTube page, youtube.com/EN community team, all one word.
Yep, and it's on our Metal Gear Solid sub-forum as well.
Yeah. And in our OPC Let's Play thread, that's in the PlayStation 3 general discussion forum. Cool.
So yeah, get viewing, it's incredibly entertaining, promise.
So, Yaster, who the hell are you?
Well, I'm Yaster. I've been here at Ski for 4 years now. I've been a member of the forums for almost 10 years. Like Bear, I was previously an MVP, but only since about 2006. But like I've been a member since early 2003. And how many posts do I have? I've got about 400,000 odd posts on the forum or something like that. But I've been here a big long time. Just like Bear, I used to do like events. I'm more kind of like into in-game events where I play games and stuff like that. That's more my kind of thing. I teased this earlier. So previously, my non-gaming related jobs, I used to work in like the bank and stuff like that. Worked in the bank for a couple of years when I was in college. I was working in a supermarket and things like that. Nothing all that interesting. It was just by being a dedicated gamer that I managed to get the job here and do all those things. Favorite games? I'm big about fighting games and shooters, I guess. I like Street Fighter, big fan of that. My favourite game from my childhood is Speedball 2. And, well, I like things like Battlefield and Call of Duty and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's me.
So, the next section is what we've played recently. Now, I'm going to limit you to one game as a particular highlight, or perhaps you've just got something interesting to say about it. So, let's start with...
Not me.
I'll start with Yaster then.
Let's start with me then. Alright then, okay. The most recent sort of big game that I picked up, I picked up a couple of like downloadable games over the week there, particularly with PlayStation Plus changing its content of the month really. But the main game I've been playing recently has been Borderlands 2. You and I, Serum, we did a walkthrough of the beginning of the game, which is about half an hour long. Once again, that's available on the forums, We could link people to after.
We could do, yeah. I'll whack them in the description.
Pretty much the sentiments that I explained in that video, I still sort of like have. Absolutely, really enjoying it. It's feels a lot bigger than the previous game was. They've really gone and ran with all the side missions this time around. Really, that's something.
No, I've noticed that as well. I was never a huge fan of the first one. I mean, I like the art style. I'm a sucker for cel-shaded graphics, like the Darkness 2. I absolutely adore the Darkness 2. They nailed that game. But the first Borderlands, I don't know, it just felt a little bit too sparse sometimes, and it felt a lot of trekking was involved. And I wasn't a huge fan of like the layout of the world. But Borderlands 2. It's a completely different story. I've had real trouble putting the control pad down actually.
Yeah, I think they've taken a lot more care with like writing this time. It's a different writer this time round, right? And a lot of people are commenting on the fact that it is a funny game. It always did have a a big sense of humour about it, really, but it's even more so this time round.
Yeah.
I think. And all the side missions, what I was saying was that pretty much everything that you did in the first game, there was a couple of side missions, stuff that you didn't really need to complete the first time round. But this time round, it's like you get so many other missions, and they're all clearly labelled as well. It actually says next to them, this is an optional mission, you don't need to do that, but you have to do it because that's how you rank up and stuff.
Yeah, I've already got myself in a rut through not doing the side missions.
You get yourself pounded.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's another good thing. If you go into your little kind of the over display about where it lists your missions, you press triangle, you can actually sort them by their difficulty. So you can do all the easy ones first.
I did not know this.
Right, well there you go. There's a pro tip for you there. Eh? Oh.
New game.
Well, I'm playing through the game as the Gunzerker because he was the first character that was revealed, and I felt that the way that he was hyped, or the way that he was like demonstrated in the first place, was kind of more towards my playing style.
That's
in other words, the short shot. In other words, all out, blast everything that moves type thing. And I'm kind of enjoying him, but I do want to play as some of the other characters though, particularly the new lassie that's just been released into the game.
Which is Necromancer.
Is she out now?
She is now. That's a really weird thing. I mean, like the game comes out and everybody starts playing a game. It's a big game. Not everybody will have finished it, and here they're already releasing a new character. So that's a strange one. Unless they're showing off the fact that you can just start new characters and just jump into other people's games, and and also the fact that because of the whole badass rank as well, there are some skills that you can attach to your characters which will transfer over to other characters. Or I guess it's probably all to do with them showing how that works, I guess. Really. Who are you playing as?
Just the regular chap. I always forget his name.
Is it Axton?
That sounds about right.
The soldier with the turret.
Yes, Turret Man. Yeah.
Yes, Turret Man.
Turret Man.
I'm playing as him as well.
He's a turret man.
I'm not carrying that on.
Maybe write a little song with the words changed.
I ran my lyrics out. My lyrics work out on, was it Gamescom? I think I'm done writing songs for a little while.
So that's what I've been playing recently.
Yeah.
I've also been playing quite a bit of Modern Warfare 3 again because the new maps were out. And it's double XP this weekend, the weekend that we're recording, and I've got like about a day's worth of double XP anyway. So I'm getting quadruple XP this weekend.
Oh, that's charming.
I played a bit of my lunch break yesterday. I was at level 26, and by the end of like about 45 minutes of me playing, I was level 31.
That's pretty good.
Which is good. I had a couple of really good matches. I could have done a lot better because I'm not the best player at the game. And the new maps are really good as well. The sentiments is echoed by some of the members of the Call of Duty forum. For the whole year, all the map packs have just been like Spec Ops Corp maps and like these like tiny little face-off maps. But there's a recent map pack. You got 5 actual proper multiplayer maps, which really come out of their. They stand out on their own, really, because people have been quite critical about the maps that are in Modern Warfare 3 because of the spawn areas and all the rest of that. But these are some good maps that they've brought up this time round.
And the new one's out soon as well, isn't it? The new Modern Warfare? Or have I missed that?
Black
No,
Ops.
Call of Duty, sorry.
Black Ops 2.
I'm so out of touch.
Yeah, 13th of November I think it is. Worldwide release on the Tuesday.
Worldwide?
Well, they've been doing that for the last couple of years. Modern Warfare. I mean, Call of
I'm
Duty.
really out of touch. Wow.
So that's what I've been playing recently. Maybe we can move on.
Mr. Bear, what have you been playing?
Well, I've not had an awful lot of free time, but I have managed to dabble with a little bit of Tokyo Jungle, which is frankly everyone's game of the year so far.
It's mine easily as well. Actually, I adore Tokyo Jungle.
It's
I think I'm the only one in the team that's not actually played it yet.
I recommend it. It's a very weird game. I can't get my head around it sometimes. I'll be playing and I know I'm enjoying myself, and then I don't know, my dog will be destroyed by a dinosaur or a hippo that I tried to maliciously bite on the arse.
This is all in the game, by the way. This is
yeah, it's just not on the way to work.
Because you started to say that, and I was just like, you don't have a dog, do you?
I do not know.
Oh, okay.
No pets. But yeah, it's just a very surreal game. You're jumping around as this tiny little dog. I've not unlocked any other animals to play as yet because I'm terrible at it. But it's just a case of trying to survive as long as possible, and reproducing and eating and hunting and things like that. It plays incredibly well. It's very simple, and I think it's fun. But every time I die, I'm just kind of like lost. It doesn't have like a regular save system. and you have to start from the beginning like every time.
Yeah.
And I don't have a lot of patience at the best of times.
Mm.
That's the only flaw I can find with it. I am having a hell of a lot of fun with it, and it's just so different. There's nothing else like it on the market. Maybe that's why I still keep going back.
Mm.
But like yourself, I've been having a little play on Borderlands, but I've not got particularly far with that either. I'm only like a paltry level 11 at the moment. So yeah.
I think I'm like level 22 or 23 at the moment.
Damn.
Oh dear, because I started playing as the Necromancer, and I'm level 9 now.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got no excuse, have I?
Yeah, but
I feel as if I've been playing it for ages.
I know what you mean. I think I've only raked up about 3, maybe 4 hours as the Necromancer, but it feels like I've been playing it forever.
Yeah.
It's strange. It's a very dense game, isn't it?
Well, see, what Borderlands 2 did for me, it's got I recognise the the intro video had that hero song. That I'm pretty sure that was from the Arkham City marketing days.
That's right.
That's where I recognise it from. So I did actually go back and play some Arkham City
Good.
last week. God damn! Honestly, that game is just amazing. I've just been flittering around trying to collect all the Riddler trophies. They're taking quite a long time. Time that I don't have. But yeah, that's still an incredible game, and they've got the Game of the Year one coming out soon as well, which is a good excuse for me to play the Harlequin's Revenge. Yeah, I never got to try that.
I played through that.
Is it worth it then? Is it good?
Yeah.
It's perfectly good. It continues the story.
You can't say too much more. Spoiler territory.
Well, it's marketed as like, the big finale to Arkham City. They will finally shut the doors, but that's not really what happens.
No,
it's like an extra thing which just happens to have happened at the end.
Okay.
Really, it's like they've been away and then he's come back to do something, and they're all they're all still in there. All the not the super villains, but the villains are all still in the prison. Yeah,
it takes place about a week after the events of the game. So while they're still trying to clean up, Harley Quinn kidnapped a bunch of policemen, and you've got to go in and rescue them.
That's cool. Well, I mean, I adored the writing in Arkham City. I thought it was fantastic. So if the DLC is even like a scratch of the original script, then I'm going to be a happy chap.
Yeah, and it is actually proper campaign stuff. It's not like a challenge room or anything like that, really, which is what the franchise always needed. I think an extra bit of like story to go along.
Indeed.
To finish off. I think we better move on to you then. What you been doing?
Apart from Borderlands and Tokyo Jungle, I played a little bit of Marvel vs. Capcom Origins.
I played a bit of that as well, actually.
Yes, it's a downloadable fighting game. It's basically a re-release of Marvel Superheroes, which was released on the PS1 in 1995, was it?
Yes, from about then, yeah.
And Marvel vs. Capcom, which came out in, 98?
I think it was 97. I think I got Marvel Superheroes when it came out on PS1, and I think that was 97. Marvel Superheroes versus Marvel vs. Capcom is probably about 98 or maybe even 99.
Yeah, it was sometime around. It was a few years later.
Because Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was the beginning of the century, really. So yeah, it probably was about 99 for MVC 1. Yeah, but Marvel vs. Capcom 1 is basically the main sort of focus of the collection, and they've actually just put in Marvel Superheroes just as an extra thing to, I guess, maybe flesh out a little bit.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, they're similar size in terms of content, except Marvel Superheroes has only got 10 characters to choose from. Yeah. Well, 13 if you count the secret characters as well. But Marvel vs. Capcom has... It's got about 25 or so, isn't it?
It doesn't have that much. Actually,
there are secret characters.
There are secret characters, really, but a standard, I think it might only be about 16 characters or something like that.
Yeah, so we'll call it about 20 then with the secret characters.
20 with the secret characters, yeah. And some of them are just reskins. They claim to have Lilith in there, who is sort of character that's a little bit like Morrigan. But in Darkstalker, she is actually a different character model, but here she's just like a reskinned Morrigan, and with some of her projectiles and stuff changed. Yeah,
and they've got a orange version of the Hulk that doesn't have super armor. Gold War Machine, I don't know what his special abilities are, and then there's Red Venom as well, who's he has less health but he's much faster.
So I take it you've played Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I have, yes.
So how would you basically this is now all the MVC games now available on PS3 now.
That's right.
How do you feel it's what I didn't like so much about MVC 2 was the fact that they had gone from the 6-button control down to just 4, and now with Marvel vs. Capcom 3 they've gone down to 3 plus a launching button. So how do you feel about the way that the game's kind of did you prefer it the way it was back then, or?
Well, to be honest, I prefer Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah.
That's my personal preference.
And what's that for? Is that for like the simplified controls, or the fact
Well-
that you've now got 3 characters? Because you only pick 2 characters plus a random support, uncontrollable support character in MVC1.
I think they've got the controls about right. I'd actually argue that in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the controls are even more simple than 2. I think in 3, perhaps they're a little bit too simple, whereas 1, there's just too much you can do.
Yeah.
And also, I just want to add that the last boss, Onslaught, is the dirtiest player I've ever come across. I literally got rage fighting him and really annoyed. I mean,
like the Hulk just bursting out like that.
Yeah,
just
like Hulk Hogan ripped my shirt open, went "Roar!" Did a leg drop on my PS3.
Yeah, look out for our next OPC Let's Play video. We're able to demonstrate that. Camera on the game and on the players.
But to be completely serious now, I actually prefer Marvel Superheroes because it's a more straightforward fighting game, but it's got that kind of added depth of the Infinity Gems where you can perform random like power buffs, I suppose you'd call them, depending on which gems you have in your possession.
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, I've been playing that a little bit as well. Like I said, I like how the fact that they now seem to have this kind of like formula for bringing back old 2D fighting games, like with what's it called? With like
Darkstalkers is coming out soon.
Darkstalkers is kind of doing this as well, but it started off with like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition. They've got these challenges that are at the side of the screen and all the rest of that, really. So that's in MVC Origins, and it's going to be in Darkstalkers Resurrection. I like all that, yeah. And you don't have to, because people will just be like, oh, they're trying to get into Call of Duty, they've got all these like challenges at the sides, what's going on? But you can turn them off. You can like change the screen so that it covers it, or just remove them, you know.
Does it have kill streaks?
Yeah,
because that'd be quite
Gone Streaking. One of the challenges is called Gone Streaking, you know.
Yeah. Although you can only, it completely maxes out once you get 15 wins in a row.
Ah, yeah. Super moves are kind of like kill streaks.
Yeah, I should like clarify. I don't touch fighting games. I'm just terrible at them. I'm just smashing buttons with my face, hoping I land a punch. I'm just terrible at them. Hence my very light contribution to the discussion so far. I'm not like out of there or anything. I'm just very bad at fighting games.
Yeah.
The main thing we've all been talking about in the RPG section is Mass Effect 3 downloadable content. We've just had the what was it actually called? Retaliation DLC, the free multiplayer add-on that adds new character classes, new maps, a new challenge system where you have to perform certain goals in game, such as X amount of kills with biotic powers or whatever, and they unlock skins and tags that can be associated with your online profile. So that seems pretty cool. The guys are all pretty excited about the fact they've added the Volus to the multiplayer.
Yeah. Do you play a lot of like multiplayer in Mass Effect 3?
A fair amount.
Yeah, because I had to look at the discussion your guys are having on it, and it seems that a couple of them are quite dedicated players.
Yes, one of our lovely players on there has racked up nearly 400 hours in the multiplayer alone.
Is this Graphite GB?
Way.
I believe it was.
Because I see Graphite GB posting in like all the technical not the technical sections of the forum, really, but things like website help and stuff like that. He seems to be a bit of a techie. He's one of these people that I've always sort of looked at and thought, what games do you play?
Mass Effect 3. That's what he plays.
Non-stop.
And when you mentioned all that stuff to me earlier, and I was looking at the section, I was like, oh, this is where Graphite GB hangs out when he's talking about games. Yeah.
Yeah, the only other thing, actually this is also Mass Effect 3 related, is the Omega DLC was announced for next month. I believe the 28th of November, I think?
I'm not sure. But
It's sometime
do you know
around
that this
then.
is like the first, is it the first actual proper campaign DLC?
Second. The first one was Leviathan.
Oh, okay.
There's 2 bits of DLC. I've barely touched the actual game. I've just done the opening, ferried off in a little ship somewhere and landed, and I hit the first checkpoint there.
Yeah.
I've not got very far at all.
I was really trying to get through Mass Effect 3 just there, but then Borderlands came out, and now I'm looking forward to XCOM and stuff like that, really. So
It is a ram-packed release schedule this year, isn't it? I mean, we've literally just started the mad Christmas rush, and there's something
so
amazing
much
out every week. At least one thing.
I can't wait, actually. I mean, I played Assassin's Creed 3 at Eurogamer as much as I could, because I was absolutely in love with Assassin's Creed 3. You can tell that they've given it some extra love over the past couple of years. That game is shaping up to be something absolutely extraordinary, even for an IP that's been going for like 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
It's mega fresh. And then there's the Vita one as well, which I've not seen a lot of, but
that was at Eurogamer as well.
was it? I didn't get a chance.
It was actually in the actual Vita section enclosure that was in the middle. It was actually kind of cordoned off because it's an 18 game.
Well, I'm pleased with how I spent my time at Eurogamer, just playing Assassin's Creed 3 over and over and over.
I saw that a couple of times on the show floor at Eurogamer. There was these booths that had like curtains over where there was like 18 games in there or something. Not just in the 18 plus section, but like here and there was a couple of them. Did you see that? That looked a little bit like suspect to me. What's really going on inside those 18 plus booths?
You should have gone in to find out.
We'd never see him again.
I saw people going in, but I didn't see anybody coming out. Really.
Sinister.
It's like the TARDIS, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I guess I should have a little chit chat about what I've been doing on the forum. Challenges, actually. These are fun, apparently. On the PS3 GD side of things, I've started doing random challenges. Currently under the moniker of PlayStation Pins, but the name is pending, so I expect that to change soon.
PlayStation Pins.
Pins, yes. We chuck up challenges at random. Could be once a day, once a week, once an hour. And it just tasks you lovely people with odd things to do in games that you wouldn't normally do. So the first one we had was like Metal Gear Solid. The first one, PS1, you had to maintain alert status, being chased by a genome soldier for 10 minutes on the helipad in the snowboard field. Someone actually did it. Was it Razor Phoenix, I think?
Oh, yes.
And he uploaded a video of him running circles around this guy for 10 minutes. And honestly, I got emotional, actually. It was lovely to see.
I'll tell you what, the most impressive thing, though, was he did it within like an hour of the
within an hour of it going up. Honestly, so impressive. We've just... it's coming to the end of our third one at the moment, and that's... you've got to boot up Battlefield 3, jump in a helicopter or a whirly-bird or whatever, and record yourself humming the Airwolf theme. Now, I thought this might be a little bit too much for some people, but I came in today, checked the forum, and 2 people have actually done it, humming away the Airwolf theme, and it's sending me back to my childhood. It's amazing.
So they get these wee pins.
Yeah, they get pins, and if I think they've done incredibly well, I might raid the fabled cupboard and send them a little something for just doing a fantastic job.
A little reward for their effort.
Absolutely. Well, some of them are particularly difficult, some of them are fairly easy. But it's just a bit of fun, something different for all the lovely folk on the forum to try without having to bend their backs. Not too much. What else have I been doing? Gangnam Style.
Oh, yes.
I forgot about that. If you mosey over to the Dance Star board, which is a lovely place, I highly recommend it. We've had a community campaign posted by one of our lovely MVPs to try and get Gangnam Style into the Dance Star Party Hits, I think it's called, the new one.
Yeah, the new one, which is already out.
So I think we're going to try and push it for DLC or something, hopefully. We just need lots of convincing.
Have to throw stones at their window because they're only across the road, aren't they?
Whilst doing Gangnam Style, preferably. But
that's what he's doing when he's like swinging his hand. He's got a little slingshot and he's just like going, get ready for this.
The leg movements are like dodging stones being thrown at him. So, yeah. But we've got so much going on the forum at the moment. It's really hard to condense it down into just a few things.
Well, I think those are 2 good highlights.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can't argue with a bit of Gangnam or Airwolf. I'm sure there's a mashup somewhere.
Oh, the other thing. What was that?
The other thing.
Being chased by genome soldiers.
Oh yeah, being chased by genome soldiers.
Doing the Gangnam Style dance.
If they could get that into Metal Gear Solid.
Hopefully, I think that you're probably going to see that in some sort of like multiplayer game in the future. I don't know. You know how like in Uncharted you can do the little victory dances.
Oh, the little taunts and stuff. Yeah,
it'd be amazing if they put that in there. They make it just slightly different so it doesn't infringe on anything.
It'd be
if it does.
Or like in PS Home as well. I think that'd be awesome for PlayStation Home. Instead of the Running Man, the Gangnam Style.
Yeah. Here's me sounding as if I actually like that. Really.
You love it.
I've only ever heard that song once, and that was when you came in. The first time I'd ever heard of it, and you were
I
like,
burst through the door doing the dance.
yeah, and you were
opened
just
the
like,
elevator and I was just there.
watch this, and you show me the video, and I'm just like, this is like really annoying. I want to go and kill myself now.
I'll put it on again in a minute.
Yeah, it's going to be the outro music for this podcast. What we do. What have I been up to? I don't know. I've been joining events around the forums. Some of the events that are in the War and Shoot 'em Up section. I guess I could use my little slot here at the end of this feature to, I guess, advertise some of our events. If you're not taking part in our Starhawk Wednesday event, which goes on every Wednesday, 9 o'clock in the evening with narrator, or our Killzone AM, which is Saturday morning, then you are just a big waste of space.
Whoa,
You're not
it's
Hey,
harsh.
hold it now. Whoa.
The gloves have come off.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's been fun to actually go into some of these games, some of the games which are still big in the War and Shoot 'em Up section. Killzone 3 is just about a year and a half old right now. Starhawk was one of the it's one of the games that came out in the first half of the year, which are, everybody always makes the joke about games that were released early on in the year kind of get forgotten when it comes to Game of the Year and stuff like that. And as good as Starhawk is, I mean, it's going to have a bit of a tough time to go up against things like Borderlands, Assassin's Creed 3, and even some of the sort of some of the hits at the end of the year that have taken some people by surprise. I think people knew all along that Dishonored was going to be a big thing, but nobody really kind of suspected that a port of like a 10-year-old or a 15-year-old PC game, XCOM, was going to be like a big sort of smash with the critics, really. So those are pretty much shoot in, really, as a Game of the Year. But Starhawk, if you've not played that yet, go into if you're a member of PlayStation Plus, you can download the single player campaign for nothing, really, and you can play that as long as you are a member of PlayStation Plus. Give it a try, because it's brilliant.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Starhawk. Again, not an awful lot of time to play it. But, when I do, I plonk it on and listen to the Firefly soundtrack.
Because it's got custom music. That's another thing. I mean, if you've not played Starhawk in a wee while, and if there was a couple of things that used to kind of irk you maybe about the game, then just give it another try right now. I used to go in there thinking that some of the large scale multiplayer maps, even with 24 players playing in them, I used to think they were kind of a little bit barren sometimes, a little bit empty. But when I was playing with the guys on Wednesday evening, on the Wednesday evening, it seemed as if the action had been turned up a little bit. I don't know if that had anything to do with changes that were made to certain vehicles. I think there's a new vehicle in there, a vehicle called the Grizzly. I don't know if that was causing anything. I don't even know exactly what it is. I haven't really looked into what a Grizzly actually is. But
sounds perfect for a bear.
Exactly. You should. That's a further challenge.
There's a pun in there somewhere. I'm not going to do it.
Maybe for your PlayStation.
I'll save that for the puncast.
Or maybe Pincast.
The pun pincast.
Puncast is going to be presented by Rabbit Walker, the king of puns. Hope you're going to enjoy that. But yeah, Starhawk. I mean, if it's been a while since you last played Starhawk and you've got it just sitting around somewhere, then just pop it in and just jump into a multiplayer match and enjoy it. It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been up to on the forums.
Also, check out if you are a member of PlayStation Plus this week. Bulletstorm is free as well. So that was one of my top games of last year. If you haven't played Bulletstorm, if you're 18 or older, which you will be obviously if you're a member of PlayStation Plus, don't let the kids hear you play it, really, or wear headphones or something, because you can turn the gore off. I don't know about the language. Maybe you can turn the language off, but the bad language, that is. But
I would like Brutal Legend because I loved turning the same shit on for that. It actually made it more funny.
So all that's left to do is basically thank the guys for coming on. So thank you, Yaster.
Always a pleasure, never a chore.
Thank you, Bearskopff.
Again, absolute pleasure. Always love to talk at a mic in the middle of a table.
And I'll thank myself later by buying myself a nice pie.
A nice pie. Human meat pie.
See you guys there.